Hey there folks, welcome to the Wheels of Faith garage. That's what I call my garage. Sounds pretty cool, it's a pretty cool name. But we need to get to work on this truck. I'll explain on the way. Let's get after it. Alrighty, so here's the deal. I bought this truck last December. Picked it up for 2,000 bucks with a known issue that there was a hole in the front cover from where the timing chains were slapping it because the guides had broke. But it ran, and I actually drove it home, about 20-minute drive home on the highway and everything else. So, I knew it was a good running engine. I had experience to fix it. And within that purchase price was a box that had all of the parts already in it. It was like a kit, I'm assuming off of eBay or something. And had everything in it needed to fix it. So I'm like, sweet. So, and I should have known better. Oh, I should have totally known better to put that kit in there. I should have known better because I took all that time, take all this apart, and I put all the timing chains, the guides, the tensioners, the phasers, all that stuff. I put it all in there, and then from day one, it gave me issues. The phasers would stick, was it full advance or full retard, and would barely want to run. But once again, I didn't want to deal with it. Didn't have the money to put $1,000 worth of timing components on it, so I spent $20. Excuse me. Spent $20 and got the lockout kit off of Amazon. Yanked off the valve covers and threw them on, and it ran fine. And it probably 6 months. Did a trip to West Virginia. Helped Dad bring in firewood, and so I had my trailer behind it. Had the bed full of wood. Had the trailer full of wood, and it did just fine. It did truck things, so I was alright, cool. Well, on the way back, or not on the way back, but about 2 days after we got back, it started making some weird noise. Started making some really weird noise, so I quit driving it. I'd start it up, once a week until I had some time to mess with it, and then went to drive it one day to go ahead and spend some time with it, listen to the noise, see if it gets any worse. To me, it sounded a little bit like chain slap, but I'm like, not really. And that very day, whatever happened, it happened big, and it wouldn't accelerate. Check engine light was flashing. Just running like complete dog doo-doo. So, parked it, and it happened, a minute down the road from the house. So, praise Jesus for that. So I waited till that evening and had my wife pull me home. Alright. This is one of the coolest tools ever made for taking off fans. You got this guy right here. And it goes on the fan nut. And you got this guy right here. That goes in your air hammer. Just push it on like that and it loosens it right up. Super duper nice. One of the best investments I've ever made. There she went. Had to put a little booty behind her. Oh yeah. Okay. That freed up a lot of room. Now let's go ahead. We'll leave this up here for the moment. We'll dig down into here. Get our belt off, get our pulleys off. Gotta take the power steering pump loose. Wow. Now I'm sure by now you've noticed the valve covers in the front cover are blue. Anything that I work on, that's mine, and I've had it apart. There's gonna be something blue on the engine. It's just what I do, and I can do that. It's mine. I like blue. What the heck? I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's tackle that power steering pump now. Get it lowered out of our way. And then we'll deal with everything up here and get the valve covers off. Okay, so what are my credentials? What's my background? What do I know? I spent 4 years, nope, wow. 4 years now. Spent 12 years at the Ford dealership as a flat rate mechanic, and I have done many 543 valve repairs. A lot of it was broken spark plugs. I have extracted hundreds of broken spark plugs, and I use that kit from Lyle. It's a really good kit. That thing's made me a lot of money. I left the dealership in 2018. Was it 18? Yeah, 2018. I had my Ford Senior Master certifications, but it was flat rate, and flat rate's terrible. Oh, there went the glove. Yeah, flat rate's terrible. You never know what your paycheck's gonna look like. All them certifications and stuff, and you had to deal with a lot of warranty stuff, especially warranty electrical. Oh goodness, it doesn't pay nothing. So I got out of there. Ended up working on fleet vehicles for a company, and that's a lot better. pays hourly and there's no stress about if you're gonna have a paycheck or not. It's pretty dang stressful when you got a family of 6 and you don't know if you're gonna get a paycheck or not. This right here is probably one of the hardest parts of this whole job, just because it's so goofy, your angles and stuff. That cap is closed, and that's just going to sit off to the side. Get over there. Stay. Okay, I'm going to swap over my gloves. Yep. That'll come off with the fast orange. Well, let's go ahead and tackle the top end here. Go ahead and yoink out our coils, get our valve covers off. And then we'll tackle the crankshaft pulley. I don't want to. I'm not looking forward to that. Because I never did in all my years of wrenching. I never acquired a crankshaft pulley puller. Mostly because there's so many different ones that you need. And I didn't want to buy a bunch of them because I didn't have to take them off very much on Fords. Well, that was an unexpected development. Of course, it had to be the bolt in the very back. She's rounding off. I'm going to have to grab a few of those. See if we can smack a smaller socket on it. folks, we were on a roll. Everything was coming apart perfectly. But as you saw, the one of the valve cover bolts, the head's rounded off, so I have to grab my extractors from work tomorrow and we'll just get it off then. Since it is in the back, we can get the front of the valve cover up, which means we can pull our front cover if we get to that today. So we're going to tear down the other side, get it all torn out, make sure we don't have any issues there. I really want to get this valve cover off today. We got like 2 hours left to work on it this morning before I gotta go to work. So let's get back after it. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break because I want to talk about this truck a little bit. I didn't earlier. It's a 2005 Ford F-150 Lariat, I believe. Obviously, a 543 valve. All the common issues that we have with these trucks, I've already fixed it. I thought I did, the timing stuff, but look, it is what it is. I should have known better, but whatever. I got like 6 months out of that kit, so this truck, I call it Lorraine. I don't know why. Whenever I look at it, it just says, "Hey, my name is Lorraine." Okay. I don't know, but it's got 260 some thousand miles on it. As you saw, the rockers are going. Good part of the bed is rotted out, but I mean it runs good. Well, not right now, but before it ran really good. The inside's clean. It's got great tires on it. The frame's in good shape, so it was worth putting some money into. Obviously, like I said, I got plenty of experience with these trucks, so doing the work's no big deal. It's just an issue of parts. They add up after a while, and obviously you really got to use the Ford Motorcraft stuff on the engine. The suspension and stuff, you can kind of use whatever. I've done calipers and pads and stuff. I just use whatever brand. They stop fine. Should have done the rotors too, but daggone, the rotors are expensive, so I'll do that at another time. It stops fine. It does what I needed it to do. It does what I need it to do, so it's fine, but alright, break time is over. Let's get back at it. Yay. What would have been a good idea is to disconnect the negative battery cable before starting. Oh well. But did you die? No. Then it's fine. This battery, boy, she's been hanging on there. She's been discharged a couple times. All right. The name of the game is making room. So we yank out this PCM, the bracket, these harnesses out of our way. There's just so much stuff. And this will go to the bed. And this side will be pretty much a repeat of the other side. Excuse me. Except I think, yep. I gotta move that AC line. Oh yeah. Did all the vacuum lines for the IWEs for the 4-wheel drive. Because those dang things were stuck applied. do remember I got to take off that AC line in order to give enough room to get this valve cover off. So I'm going to go hook up my AC machine and get that recovered per EPA guidelines, and we'll be right back. Okay, now that we have the refrigerant recovered per EPA guidelines, we can get our hose here out of the way, get this harness here out of the way. Oh, look at all that room. I'm telling you, it's all about making room. Sweet. Now, last time I had this apart, I had 2 or 3 valve cover bolts that had rounded off, so I'd replaced those. So those shouldn't be too bad to do. I'm going to move this harness here. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the booger ones that are a pain in the butt to get to. It's not even hot out. It actually feels good in the garage. What is the temp? Yeah, it's like 70 degrees. It's just fat boy problems. This is what it is. I gotta dry off my hand. This glove will never go on. Yeah, still got clean hands. I'm telling you. The cost of gloves, you know, like anywhere between $5 and $20, you know, depending on what brand and the quality of the glove. To have clean fingernails and keep your hands clean, it's good to go. Super, super excited. Dry, 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 dry. Gotta rock the Bubba. It's pink, but whatever. Still keeps my cold drinks cold. Zero sugar soda. Kroger brand, Big K. $1.25. $1.25 for a whole 2 liter. You can't beat that deal right now. You know, everything's so dang expensive. You know, 12-pack of Dew, freaking $7.99. It's crazy. So I switched over, and I'm not disappointed. Okay, she's loose. Let's see if we can slide her out of there. I think we have enough room. Okay, looks like we have a clear runway here. The only thing that might goof us up is the transmission dipstick. I don't remember having to pull that, but we'll see. It never gets easier, folks. It's always a fight. Still looking pretty clean for 260-some thousand miles. I have to touch up my paint. Oh well. Throw this in the bed. I have to put a new gasket on that for sure. Since it's the second time it's been off. Doesn't look bad, but probably grab a gasket kit. I'll put it back there just in case. In case I decide to cheap out. Nope, definitely not going to cheap out this time. See if we can get a sneak peek of what's going down in here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. That chain is loose. Oh my, yeah. Praise Jesus, it didn't do this on the way back from West Virginia. Wow. Whew. I don't know if you guys can see that from where you're at. You hear that? Oh yeah. Goodness gracious, okay. Well, that just confirmed our diagnosis, so let's see, we got about 40 minutes left before I gotta get cleaned up and get ready for work, so let's see about getting this. The Cyclops has died. We'll see about getting this crank pulley off and yoink this front cover and get a big visual of what's happening here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's dig into it. What size is that crankshaft pulley bolt? I don't think it's real big. I think it's an 18, honestly. So I think I still have my 18 out. Ooh. It is an 18. I'm gonna just see if my 3/8 snap-on gun will get that beast off of there. I'm curious. I am curious. I don't know how much battery's on it. I do have a full battery with me. Let's just, for poops and giggles, see if it's got enough booty to get that off. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. All right, let's get janky with it now. This puller should work. I'll turn them in there a little bit. These are actually drive shaft bolts. I don't know what from, but they work. Same thread. Okay. What size was this guy? Also an 18. All right. Convenient. I like it. As the saying goes, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? There are a lot of people who say that, and I like that saying. Because daggone it, it works. Whew. Alright, we got about 30 minutes. Let's zip off this front cover and assess the damage. And tomorrow we'll worry about that other valve cover here. 'Cause like I said, we got enough room we gotta get that off. I've already got pictures of where these bolts go from the last time I've done this. So we'll just get right on it and zip these things out. Oh yeah, she's oily. That oil pan gasket, it's been leaking. And that's my fault. I didn't put a new one on there when I had it off. I had it ordered, and then it went to like back order or something. And I did not have time to wait for another one, or I was like, well, I'll just change it later. So she leaks a little bit. I reused the old gasket. I cleaned it up. I thought pretty good, but not good enough. And that trip to West Virginia and back, I went through probably 2.5 quarts. So it needs to be done anyways, which is fine. I got to drop the pan again anyways. I want to put a different water pump, oil pump in it. Because this oil pump came in the kit. I don't trust anything from that kit. Not now. Oh, almost forgot about the electrical connector for the crank sensor. But we remembered right in the nick of time. So just real quick before we look in there, of course you can probably already see it, but I wanted to show you this valve cover. Nope, front cover. That's where it had slapped before and put a hole in it. And then my buddy welded it, and I went through and kind of filed through, and look at that, we got new marks. That's crazy. Yeah, you can see where it had slapped before. So I think we're going to get and put a new front cover on this thing. She's pretty beat up. And I don't trust that this thing's not leaking anymore. So it looks awfully wet kind of up in here, but that's probably from the oil pan gasket. Alright, let's get a close look in here, see what's going on. Oh, all this sweat is coming right out of my gloves. Fantastic. That is just grody. Well, it's a good thing we're taking the oil pan off, because it looks like there might be plastic down in there. And now knowing that I probably didn't have to yank off the valve covers all the way, that would make things easier, but I'm digging into it. I want to just fix it right, and fix it right this time. You know, not fix it right the first time, but we're going to fix it right this time. The phasers, the solenoids, the chains, tensioners, guides, everything. We are going to all new Ford Motorcraft stuff. I'm tired of messing with it. This engine's clean on the inside. It runs great. Good compression, everything. So valve covers have to come off anyways. But let's go ahead and get you in here, so you can see what's going on. It's pretty evident here. Yep. That's never a good sign. Oh, no shot. I was not expecting that. Oh no. I did not expect that one. The chain broke? Seriously? Are you kidding me right now? The timing chain broke. What chintzy kit was that? Are you kidding me? That's what failed? I thought for sure it would have been a tensioner. But it was a cheap Chinesium chain or whatever, wherever it came from. It was a cheap eBay kit. Wow. What the heck? Yeah, sure enough, the links just broke. Wow. Somehow this thing ran on 4 cylinders. This thing actually ran. Wow. Wow. It did run enough to where I was able to kind of chug it up the driveway. Oh my gosh, what? What? What else can we see? Can't see much. Come on. So it looks like we broke our guide. It's probably from the chain slapping. That's supposed to come off like that. I don't see any abnormal wear on that. That looks to be about what you'd expect. I don't like that line going through. That's probably from that crappy chain though. Wow. The tensioners still seem to be tensioning. This side's still intact. Yep. Oopsies. So yeah, our oil pump is new, but we're going to replace that with something that did not come out of this kit. Put that back on so I don't remember. I don't forget it. This side seems to be holding up fine. Tensioner, still doing tensioner things. Like I said, we're still going to swap that out for Ford Motorcraft stuff. Wow. Wow, okay. Well, okay. Well, folks, there you go. That's it for today. We got our diagnosis. I got 5 minutes left before I gotta start getting ready for work. But we got our diagnosis, and I'll come back tomorrow. I'll bring my extractor sockets and get that off, and get parts ordered, and we'll finish taking it apart and swap everything out. Put all new Ford Motorcraft stuff in it. Get it all back together, and hopefully that'll be the last time we got to do that. Yeah. Alrighty. I think that's going to do it for today. We'll catch you next time.